The Parcastic Egalian Woods, known by all to be a forbidden place, has something lurking in the air. The answer evades you all, but you must press on as you search for the missing villagers. You suddenly hear the rustle of leaves from the bushes near you. Will you attack, flee, cast a spell? So tell me, adventurers, what is your next move?
Today, I'll be meeting with Diamond Bar High School's D&D Club to talk to some of the members and watch them in action. But before we start, how exactly do you play D&D?
Dungeons & Dragons is typically known as a tabletop role-playing game that is all about using your imagination to go on adventures. Players come together with their respective characters who have different base abilities and special skills to follow an adventure hosted by someone called the Dungeon Master, or DM. The DM is the ultimate storyteller of the session, creating the world the players explore and the quest they are designed to complete. However, it is always entirely up to the players to decide their actions and carve their own path, often making for unique adventures, unexpected turnabouts, and a fun time.
I barely escaped the rooms. No, just kidding.
Okay, so first of all, can you say your name and your grade?
My name is Luke Yu. My grade is 10th grade, sophomore.
How long have you been playing D&D and how did you start getting into it?
Since I was 7. I've been playing D&D for almost 2 years now.
I played it for like 4 to 5 years.
I started playing D&D about like late 2023, and I started because of my dad, who we play a bunch of tabletop games together, and the D&D movie that came out.
I started playing D&D with a bunch of my friends when we were all in a Discord call together. I think this was during quarantine, during like sophomore.
My dad got me into it, and we played it wrong for about 3 of those years.
What kind of character do you typically play as and why?
I typically play as like half-breeds because, I guess like I'm a half-breed myself, being Mexican Filipino, so currently I play a half-elf.
You're the founder of this club. Why did you decide to found it?
I decided to found it because, that's a good question. Well, I played D&D before this, like online during the summer, so I wanted to be able to consistently play, and it feels interesting to be able to just like get a group of random people, mostly random people, get them together and basically like they can play anytime during lunch after school. I like the idea of that.
So I think one of the reasons all teachers end up advising clubs, or part of the reason, is it like reminds us of when we were students. So I did not play D&D until I was older. Actually, I've only played it for like a year with my friend group from high school that I still talk to.
When I started to get to know more about D&D, I was scared on how complex it was. I didn't think it would be something I could really get into, but now that I'm more well versed into how the game plays and how it actually is, it's a much more fun experience because I know it's like much more casual than how media portrays it as.
How would you say that D&D is different from other games you've played?
Well, different games are a set of rules, and there's rules you have to follow. But with D&D, there's basically like not really any rules. You can just make it up as it goes, and and there's no really storyline. I mean, there is, but if you want to dive, if you want to go a different path, you can.
Do you feel like you've gotten closer to people around you by playing D&D?
I wouldn't say closer because, again, it's like my friend group since I was little. I think it's really kind of wholesome. It's nice to have something as an adult that you can like come to like once a month and have an event with your friends. So it's like a really good way to bring my adult nerd friends together once a month. And I feel like same thing for students in D&D Club. It's a place to just be accepted, kind of let your weird flag fly and just be loved for it and celebrate it. Everyone needs that.
Absolutely. I wouldn't have met a lot of my friends if I haven't played D&D with them. For example, my current friend group, we really bonded closer together after we've played D&D. It's because now that we've started playing D&D more together, I've played more video games with them. I've started to hang out with them more. I've started to eat lunch with them, sort of talk to them while we're walking through hallways, wave hi to them. All these things are happening now when I usually would hang around with one or two people all the time.
Whether it be through playing as a completely different character, getting lost in a whole new world, or being able to decide your own fate, D&D brings people together, uniting them under one common banner and connecting them with those that they may not have otherwise spoken to. But we wanted to leave our interviewees with one last question.
One word you'd use to describe what D&D is to you?
Cheeseburger.
My character is a demi-dragon called Typhoon.
Cheeseburger? Do you have any explanation as to why?
Because it's got multiple layers of interesting stuff like lore, and then you got the bad guys, and you got the players, and you got the buns, and the buns is the DM and the players, and you got everything weird in the middle. You could have a weird cheeseburger.